Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all having a profitable week in the markets. Today we're going to be talking about 3 different topics. One is overtrading and how to get over that and make sure that we're not doing that overtrading. Another one is what to do when timeframes are saying different things. One saying buy, one saying sell. How do I make my final decision on what I am doing? And finally, the other one is how do we spend our time efficiently whilst we're trading? How are we utilizing our time to our full capacity whilst we're in our positions? Because you don't want to sit there and watch them because we know that is detrimental to our performance. Guys, don't forget to thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying this trading content. So guys, I'm giving a shout out to FX Choice. They're one of our sponsors who are really getting behind me with the content that we're producing for the FX and stock market, really educating the retail traders on how to be better and perform better in the markets. So guys, make sure you go to the description in this video, go check them out, let me know what you think. They've got great customer service and support, and also on top of that, they've got really tight spreads. So yeah, go check out FX Choice. So one of the biggest factors, like I was just saying, is what to do when markets are showing different directions on different time frames. For example, on the 15 minutes on pound, price is making its way higher, whereas on the hourly, it's going down, and on the daily, it's going up long term. So what do we do when the market's moving one way on one time frame and on another it's moving somewhere else? So for example, on the daily, you can see that the red and green are down, so I should be trading to the short side. If I drop down to the 15 minutes, it's actually been up until just about now. So it's, for example, signaled a buy. Would I have taken that trade? And the answer is no, I wouldn't, because it's doing something completely different to what my daily time frame is doing, which overpowers the smaller time frames. So in this instance, what we do is we just move on to the next currency pair that we want to trade, and we focus on that. So for example, let's have a look at US dollar yen. US dollar yen on the 15 minutes is in an upwards trend. On the daily, it's in an upwards trend, and it has been for a while. So this means that I would be looking for buys on the smaller time frames, and I would be taking these signals such as this one, and any of these two today that are producing the right setup for me so that they all align. And it's as simple as that. If they don't align, I'm not taking the trade. So to tackle overtrading, it's quite straightforward. All I'm going to do is limit the amount of pairs that I want to trade to a few. So for example, you just close all the ones that you don't want to touch. And all I'm going to do is stick with euro dollar, pound dollar, FTSE 100. I'm going to stick with gold and US dollar yen and keep it super simple. So I'm limiting the amount of trades that I can take by focusing on fewer pairs. It sounds simple, but it means that I get to see the overall bias of exactly what I am doing. Also, max trades per day. I'm going to take up to potentially 1 trade per instrument or per currency, gold, commodity, whatever, on each one, depending on if they are, running in the same direction, or there is heavy correlation such as euro dollar and pound dollar. So I may only take one or the other, not both. So that I am making sure that I'm not heavily correlated in my positions. So I will be limiting my maximum trades per day as well. And then also my maximum loss per day, I will limit that as well. For example, if I have 2 losses on the day, I will stop trading and wait for the next day to be able to take my position. So, and finally, the last point is how do we become effective and efficient with our time whilst the markets are moving slowly? How do we overcome that factor to make sure that we're not placing trades that we don't fully believe in or do not meet our criteria? Now, what I do when I am trading the markets and it's very, very quiet, actually when it's quiet, I switch my strategy to a range-bound trading strategy because I know that I can get in and get out at the average. So having two different systems that work, one in a trending market and one in a range-bound market. Usually the range-bound markets actually occur between the months of August and December, for when everyone in the markets is actually on holiday or having time off over Christmas. And usually in August and December are those times where I use Range Trader. I'll chuck a link in the description. It's one of our tools that helps us with range-bound markets. But it's one of the ones that I use to trade in that scenario. But what do you do on a day-to-day basis when the market is moving slowly, such as the build-up in the morning to the Federal Reserve, or NFP or anything like that that's getting released? Basically, all I'm doing is I trade FX and stocks. So whilst I'm trading FX, I'm in my positions, but then I'm also researching my long-term positions in my stocks. So I'm looking further into that. I'm looking at broker ratings. I'm looking at commentary around that. I'm looking at press releases. I'm looking at upcoming calendar alerts of what's coming out about these stocks. So I'm always keeping my mind refreshed with what's happening around the positions that I'm in, so that I can monitor them effectively overall. So keep yourself busy, but not directly involved with the trade that you're trading on the FX markets, unless obviously there is heavy news coming around and you want to be monitoring that news. So to be staying effective and efficient, you need to be utilizing your time a lot more. And so don't sit there and watch that trade from when you open it to when it closes. Do some research around other items, maybe review your risk management if you're a beginner, that is, and review going through some of the training manual that we do. Or, if you're a professional trader, then you want to be looking more into the research side and researching stocks and other interesting up-and-coming opportunities, or reading well-known articles from top hedge fund managers and different brokers that are producing this information that you want to digest, because it might be more beneficial to you. So that's how I stay effective and efficient in the markets. Guys, don't forget to thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying this trading content.